Good evening. I am Dr. Sonia Cunningham Leverett with Hadassah's Crown Publishing, and this is our last interview for July. We have an author who will be joining us just shortly. I will tell you a little bit about her book while we wait for her to join our live video. The title of her book is The Journey: Goodbye Morning, Hello Morning. So the first mourning is MOURNING, mourning as in grieving. The second is morning, like good morning. So her name is Robin S. Turner, and we look forward, like I said, to her joining us just shortly. But the book description says, grieving is one of the most common yet most difficult encounters everyone will experience at some point in life. The positive message communicated in this journal is that joy can be restored. Robin Turner, despite her loss, hurt, and pain, transparently shares her daily grief and struggles as she shares where she placed her trust. Her prayers and meditations serve as models to the grieving soul who has opportunity to journal and reflect on their loss, faith, and future. So we understand that she encountered a very painful, hurtful, shocking situation, but she has turned that into a situation where she wants to share her experience and help other people. And so this journal is available on Amazon, and she also has her own website where you're able to purchase it. So we're going to post that in the link at the end of the video. And so we hope that you will engage with us, ask questions, just anything that you want to know about the author, her journey, her publishing, the publishing process, and just her experiences. So she is preparing for a signing that I know she will tell you about, an event that commemorates the anniversary of something special in her life. Last week, we had the pleasure of speaking with two authors, and then this last Tuesday, we spoke with another author as well. And we have one more author next Thursday night. We had scheduled one for 8 o'clock tonight, but there was a mix-up and the family had a conflict, so they will not be interviewing tonight at 8 o'clock. But we look forward to having this interview at 7. So I see Tony Cunningham Smith out there. Hello to you. Thank you for tuning in. She is one of our editors. And also Sabrina Thomas is out there. She's one of our editors as well. Thank you both for joining us. And we're just going to give our author a little bit more time to join us. So we were playing our theme song. I've referenced it several different times during our interviews. We talk about hope, giving people encouragement, giving people strength for this journey called life, because we all know that things can get quite difficult. Things can take a turn from one moment to the next. When you think about what happened recently in Miami, when you think about the COVID numbers increasing rapidly every single day, again, when we thought there was a handle on the pandemic, we just have to stay prayed up. We have to use our faith, and if we did not have hope, we would be in a terrible, 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 sad situation. If we didn't know a higher being who can get us through any situation that we might ever encounter, it would be pretty dismal here on this earth. So I am grateful to have the opportunity to work with authors such as Robin, such as Minister Shirley that we talked with last week, Minister Perrin that we talked with last week, Stephanie that we talked with, Stephanie Vanderval Walker. We had the opportunity of speaking with her. We have spoken with Tanya Woods this summer. We've spoken with Minister from Anderson, Billy Donald. I know I'm leaving somebody out, but it's just been a joyous time. So if you didn't get to see some of those interviews, I invite you to go back. They're on Hadassah's Crown Publishing page. They are also on Instagram. Last week, we also spoke with Tarji Littlejohn. She will be releasing her book very soon. And it's another devotional to give you hope, encouragement, and help you get through. So what I'm possibly going to do is to end the live and connect with our author says that she's trying to join. I'm going to give her we're going to try to just a few more minutes, and hopefully we are going to be able to connect. We had the same issue last week, and the author and I ended up having to go to Instagram because for some reason she could go live, I could go live, but we couldn't connect. And so, Robin, if you are using a laptop or a computer, that doesn't seem to work so well. The best way seems to work when you actually use a cell phone. So I'll be looking out for that signal to add you. And I just saw that Katrina Johnson is with us tonight. We're grateful to her. She has an amazing book that hit the Amazon #1 best hot new release. It was a bestseller, and she's going to be launching very soon with a book signing. Cute children's book for ages 8 to 12, Turning Trash into Treasure. Check that out on Amazon, and she has a website that's going to be coming soon. So if I missed anybody, I do apologize. Take it all in love. Do check out our website, Hadassah's Crown Publishing. Also check out our Facebook page, check out Instagram. We are on all of those platforms, and we are just excited to talk about the great authors out there and to shine a light on each one of their books every single week so we can keep you with pleasurable, informative, inspiring summer reading. When you go to the beach, you can take books. Your whole book bag can be of books by authors from the upstate. So we ask for your support. And we also ask, after you read your books, please leave reviews on Amazon, share the word, share our videos, share our posts so that other people can support as well. We're still working to try to connect, and here we are. Fitness, patience played off, and Robin's going to be joining us in just a few minutes. Oops, now it says no answer. So we're back to where we were with a little bit of technical difficulty, but please bear with us. We hope that this is going to work out very soon. If you have any questions or any ideas or anything for us, just be sure to type them in the chat. We always like for this to be interactive. And there is our author.
Hello.
Hello, Robin. How are you?
I'm doing good. I apologize for that.
That is okay. It happens. I'm just extremely glad that you're here. How are you?
I'm doing well, Miss Sonia. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, you look absolutely beautiful. Just like that photo on the back of your book. I'm so very grateful and happy to see you, and I hope things are going well for you.
Yes, ma'am, they are. Thank you.
That's awesome. So I shared the title of your book. I shared the description on the back of your book just so that they know a little bit of what to expect for the interview. And so
Okay.
I will let you introduce yourself in a way that you'd like to share whatever you'd like to with our audience.
Okay, well, my name is Robin S. Turner. I am just in the process of just about to release my first book. I'm very excited about that. It has been a wonderful journey, some ups and downs, but I'm just excited about what God is doing in my life, you know, in our future, in this world, in this generation. So I'm just looking forward to encouraging people and, you know, just letting them know that you have somebody that's been where you are, and you're going to make it.
Amen. Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. And, you know, the book the back of the book talks about loss and grieving. And so their loss may not be like yours. We're talking about it. I mean, honestly, some people truly grieve the loss of a pet, the loss of a house, the loss of a car. It could be something material, the loss of a job. Perhaps that required you to move. Whatever it is that your heartstrings were attached to that are now no longer there, this journey, this journal can help you on your way. And so, if you will, talk about the process of writing it, because it seemed to me that you were keeping a journal and you were so very faithful, because I don't know that you actually missed a day.
Well, yeah. So my journey I took with my journaling was about 2 years. And I just wanted to be intentional about, releasing my feelings, releasing my prayers to God. Um, and I wanted to be able to track, whether how I felt on this particular day, would it be different from how I felt, say, a week from now, or a month from now, or 6 months from now. I wanted to be able to see the process and, the progress. And I also wanted to be able to track, what I was asking God for, kind of like a checklist in a sense. If I was asking him for more peace or understanding, was he actually giving it to me, and how long was it taking? So it was very intentional for me. And even with the readers for this book, as you read my journey, it's still going to be work for you to do. Like, you have to be intentional about your process. And it's not always pretty, but when we come to God, we get to come, bare. We get to come real. We don't have to dress up our feelings. We don't have to make it sound sophisticated, but we can just come as we are, release our feelings, and release what we need for him to do within us.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing, because anytime we're on a journey to healing, whether it's weight loss, whether it's a bad breakup, whatever it is, we're sometimes we get advice to keep a record. How are you feeling this day? How are you feeling this day? So that you can notice what is it that helps, what is it that's making you feel better. But I love the way you said, a checklist, so that, because when we have a checklist after we've said our prayers, some people may criticize that, but to me, that means you are intentional and that you have faith, because you know it's going to happen. You've asked, you don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And so you're ready to make that check mark when it comes. That is powerful. I love that.
Mhm.
So you started writing this journal, but my guess is that it wasn't necessarily for other people when you started, but now it is. What was that climax or that point that said, you know what, this can possibly help somebody else?
To be honest, no, I wasn't excited about, putting my feelings out there. But this was actually not this particular book, but the fact that a book would come from me was actually prophesied many years ago from my pastor, Pastor Joanne Washington. And even when she said it to me, I was like, no, that's not something I really want to do. But, when COVID happened last year, um, and everything was shut down, and I was going through a lot, and I would be praying, but it was thing after thing after thing, and God kept putting on my heart, you know I told you to get this book together and you haven't done it yet. So I mean, literally, it's like in a matter of a week or so, everything just at a standstill. So he kept putting it on my heart, so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. So I did what I needed to do, excuse me. And actually, the very day that I got done doing what I actually needed to do, to submit anything, um, I got a phone call, and what I needed to be worked out was worked out that same day. So I knew that, it was what he wanted me to do. And even when I tried to dress it up or, make it a certain way, he was just like, no, you need to be real. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be transparent. So that was the moment when I knew, last year, that this was going to be something.
Wow, that's amazing, because I'm privy to information that the readers aren't. I know that you were extremely vulnerable, and that is not easy to do at all. But I have heard that voice as well, that if you don't truly open up and truly share, you're not necessarily helping in a way that you can. So I appreciate that. And I like the way you have given your readers assignments. You know, there's room for them to do their work because it's a process. And what that process looks like is different for everybody. So when they're keeping track of their changes, their improvements, what's working, what's not, when they have a hard day and they feel like they can truly get it out, I think that's very, very powerful. I was listening to an interview earlier, well, yes, with TD Jakes, and he was talking about his most recent book. And we've talked a lot of times on these interviews about how when you put it on paper, you get those bottled up feelings out. It's truly a release to get it out. He coined that just a little bit differently, and I can't articulate the way he said it, but it is just so powerful to be able to get that out. And then some of us will share what we have experienced with others to help others, but sometimes some of us just keep it for ourselves. And that's a personal decision, but sometimes it's God ordained. And he tells us that that's what we need to do. And so I applaud you for being obedient.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. So how
Thank
are
you.
you feeling right now because you officially have the title author?
I'm excited. I'm trying to embrace that title. But it's all God's work. He gets all the glory for everything. And that's one thing about him. He has a way of turning, horrible situations into something good, something great.
Yeah,
So that's the main thing for me. Like, I'm just excited. I said, if I can help one person, then I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the journey.
exactly. Well, and perhaps he pressed you because the timing is so appropriate with so many losses from COVID. And all
Yeah.
of us have seen something go down as a result of COVID, but it's not over. We don't know what the end is going to be. He does. And so that's possibly why, he wants us to prepare and to share and to help other people. So I know you have an event that's coming up, but you've had some outpouring of love already because I've seen your posts, and I was reading right before the interview where you had, I think maybe a student, someone on campus said, "Look, bring me one. I need you to stop it by here." And I was like, wow, look at the love. So any comments, any shout outs you want to give?
I definitely want to just tell my parents, they have been with me, through the whole journey. My parents, Robert and Melody Turner. Most definitely my leaders, Bishop Ronnie and Pastor Joanne Washington, along with our church, our wonderful church, Divine Deliverance Worship Center. They have also been along with me through this whole journey. I'm grateful for them. Uh, Obviously, my publisher. Miss Sonia, she has been so wonderful to me, so helpful, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. And then I have the best to me media team, Rontavious Washington, with At Sign Productions. He has been so patient and helping me get everything together. So I'm definitely grateful for that.
Well, what he has done looks absolutely great. If you all haven't seen it, go to Robin's Facebook page so that you can see the website. I love the way the book is so that you can just, you can purchase it and you can check out, and everything looks so great and professional. And we're going to make sure that we post that in the chat before it's all over. So that's awesome. I want to give a special shout out to Felicia George Prince because she has been amazing. She has connected me with so many different authors. And so she is all into her floral designs. I'm so glad that she's found her niche as far as she's retired as an educator, but she's still teaching, but then she's blessing people with these beautiful bouquets and arrangements and sprays and all of that. She's sprinkling and decorating people's lives. But I want to shout out her book because we think of that book when it's time to go back to school. It's called The Class Store, and it is an amazing resource for teachers and for people who want to put together incentives for children to do the right thing when they're doing well. We need to bless them. And so the way she maneuvered and mastered that concept was tremendous, and I'm proud of her for giving back to the educational community in that way. So what I guess we've talked a lot about the writing process, the journey to becoming an author. So tell us what you have coming up, if you'd like to share information about your signing or anything else. I know that what we have published as far as your journal, your devotionals, that's just really the icing on the cake, or I guess I should say the tip of the iceberg. You have so much more. So perhaps this is not a one-shot wonder. Maybe there's going to be more to come from Robin, our author Robin. So tell us what's in store for us.
Okay, so what's in store first is the actual official release, which is going to be next Saturday, August the 7th, from 9 to 12 at the Honeybowen Building right here in Statesboro, Georgia. And that is at 1 Max Lockwood Drive. So we're going to have books, we're going to have bookmarks, T-shirts. So we definitely are looking forward to that. Wanting everybody to come out and just have a good time. And this definitely will not be the last book. And God has been working with me on some things already. And then my pastor, I mean, I hadn't even mentioned it to anybody, but she called it out about 2 Sundays ago. So I'm just excited for what God is doing.
That is amazing. So the fact that you're going to be on the road with your book, that it's not just for people in Statesboro or the surrounding area, it's for people everywhere. And I'm glad that somebody has recognized that and is giving you that national platform so that this book can be showcased. And it took a lot for you to get where you are and to put this out. And I'm very proud of you. And I know so many other people are as well. And we just really look forward to people pouring back into you and you reaping so much of what you have been, you reaping what you've been sowing. So I see right now that you just have a lot of love going on, a lot of people, and there's too many names to call. I realized the other night when I was calling names that for whatever reason on my phone, I'm not able to see everyone. So I don't want to leave anybody out, but we want to thank everyone who's here tonight supporting and watching, and those who could not tune in, who will watch it later because it will be on my Facebook page and you can share it on yours as well. Thank you. We greatly appreciate all of you and the support. And I believe perhaps your pastor may be with us now. Yes. So anything else that you would like our viewers to know? Any other shout outs? Any other information you'd like to share? How can people contact you? That's one of the things I want to share as well during the video. But like I said, we will post it in the chat when we're finished.
Okay, so you can definitely reach out to me via my email, which is thejourneyrst@gmail.com. And then again, by the website, which is bookrst.com. So you can definitely do that. And then always remember that you can like and share and follow my official author Facebook page, which is Robin S. Turner. So those are all avenues that you can just reach out to me and I will respond.
Awesome. Well, great. Thank you so much. One last question for you before we wrap things up. What advice would you give to someone who's aspiring to be an author? How did you decide to make that step? And I know it was a calling for you, but you still have to make a decision that you're going to be obedient and say yes.
Right. So to anybody who's trying to juggle that decision or, is thinking about it, I say go for it. If you have a story to tell, if God is putting something on your heart, I say go for it. You never know who is dealing with something, who is looking for something that you have to give. and you don't know who is on the verge of giving up. So you might be the one that can help them or pull them through, pull them up. And I just feel like you can't put a price on a soul. You can't put a price on somebody's life. So if you're that piece that they're looking for, you don't want to hold that back. So I say simply go for it.
Yes, well, thank you for that encouragement because somebody needed to hear that. And it, whether you self-publish, whether you traditionally publish, whether you hybrid publish or find an independent publisher, it doesn't matter. Just get it out there. And sometimes people hold back and they're discouraged because they'll say, there's so many books out there. There's so much competition. I mean, honestly, millions of books are published every single year. So it's not an easy journey as an author. I mean, you really have to push sometimes to really get book sales. But the fact of the matter is, your story's not out there. Your book hasn't been written. It's still within you. And I encourage anybody who's watching and considering it, go ahead and get it out, especially if God has given you that assignment. We're begging you, encouraging you, urging you to do it because, if you're not able to do it all by yourself, there are people out here who can help you. There are, companies everywhere. And then you can find a media team the way Robin has that can help you take things to the next level. So I want to thank you again for allowing me the opportunity to work with you. You have been absolutely wonderful. I think you have a great book that is going to be embraced by many, but it's going to help people start their healing process. So the gift that you are giving other people is phenomenal. So again, I applaud you and I commend you for that. I pray over your signing, over your trip, everything that is done in the future to get this book out. Again, I'm grateful for all of this wonderful support you have tonight, but the support you've had leading up to this point and the support that you have going forward. Again, you're a wonderful person, so great things are going to come to you. And would you like to say anything else before we close out? Any
Um,
final?
just thanks again for the opportunity. Thank you, again to everybody that I've mentioned, anybody that's following or listening right now. I appreciate it. Share it. Um, I'm just grateful for everybody and, what God is doing. And I appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again. And I pray you'll have a great night and continued blessings. Thank you for spending this time with me.
Yes, ma'am. You enjoy your evening as well.
Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good night.
HadassahPublishing.com. Her book will be there, and we're going to post the link so that you can purchase it directly from her. Take care. Bye-bye.